I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. Oh! Time. It's one of those things we never seem to have enough of. And as creative individuals, it can be really challenging to find and make the time to do our own work. So today I'd like to share with you some of my thoughts on that. We'll do a sketchbook drawing, and at the end I'll share a book reference for you. So in order to talk about time, let's take a step backwards in time. So recently I found myself up early in the morning and the family was still asleep and I had a little bit of time on my hands. So I decided to pop open the sketchbook and do a little bit of drawing. Now I usually do these drawings in the evening before bed or something along those lines when the world is quiet and I can sit there and listen to a little bit of music and just draw and explore at the end of a pen. And I was reminded of this gift that we can give ourselves of time, that we live in a world that makes demands of our time all the time. And one of the things that seems to get lost in that shuffle is this idea of drawing for fun or drawing just for your own entertainment, to do something that is pleasurable. And myself, like maybe perhaps many artists out there, that I started drawing when I was a little kid because it was enjoyable. And that enjoyment needs to be cultivated and grown, especially as, we mature and there's a lot of demands on our time to go and do and be in places and have our attention spread across, many, many things. And so in this case, I happen to be drawing a lot of different spaces in this book. And I've come to think of these spaces as almost like a visual sanctuary, a place where I can put on some relaxing music, go and explore, and allow my imagination to fill in whatever I might discover on the page. So next, I'd like to share with you some sketches. I thought I'd share with you a few pages of drawings from this book. Perhaps when the book is finished, I'll do a full walkthrough of the sketchbook, but for now we can enjoy just a few pages of drawings. In the case of these drawings, there really is no plan. There's no preconception when I sit down to draw. It's simply just some initial marks, a reaction to those marks, and a development of the drawing. The ideas and themes that start to recur throughout here are just things that are interesting or fun, and I like to put in there, and hopefully when other people see it, they will think it's fun too. But ultimately, it's not about other people. It's really about the time and the place and the space that we give ourselves to make these drawings in our books. And it's such a vital, important part, given the nature of the world that we live in. It's super important for us to have a place for our imagination to run wild, and it's like having breathing room for our minds. With regards to these drawings, there is no rush for me to finish them. In fact, any one of these drawings might stay in a mid-state for, days, months, weeks, whatever it might be. But that's part of the gift, is that I'm not putting a pressure on myself, and I would encourage you to also release yourself from the pressure to have to finish something or to do it by such and such a time, because all of a sudden then this calm space that you have is now under pressure to do something. And that's the point, is that there is no pressure to do something, and that release can be so liberating. So this is where I am at now with this drawing book. You can see here this is all still yet to be discovered on the page. And there's still places for my mind to rest and for me to explore the world of imagination. And I would highly encourage you to either start a practice or develop a book or find something that is going to be an opportunity for you to relax and just let your imagination out to dance. Okay, let's go to book time. The book I'd like to share with you today is called The Book King, an artist's notebook by the artist Shaun Tan. Shaun Tan is an Australian artist, and he's an illustrator. He's illustrated a number of books and written and illustrated his own books as well. Some of the titles that I would recommend checking out are Cicada is amazing. The Arrival is awesome. Tales from Outer Suburbia or The Singing Bones are wonderful books, all in their own right. The book he wrote called The Lost Thing got turned into an Academy Award-winning animated film as well. So I'll link to that here below. Interesting, when we get a chance to see these drawings, you're getting a chance to see the artist's mind at play. What is interesting to them? How are they thinking about things, and what are they drawing? What materials are they using is also interesting. In this case, we see he's using a lot of pencil, occasionally some ink, pastels, acrylics. So he is allowing himself full range to play with all these different materials. These seem to be pastel color studies for The Lost Thing. Tales from Outer Suburbia, that's the cover for that one. So each one of these ideas and investigations, in that process, he's developing his own language of symbols, of ideas and concepts that will become books or maybe even just characters in a book, whatever it might be, but they're all going to be found in his sketchbooks. I really like that they included this section as well, which is his drawings from life. Important to know that as artists, we can draw from our imagination, but it's also vital to draw from the world around us, that we draw from nature and investigate that, whether it's a sleeping cat or a tree with cows in a meadow, a cityscape, whatever it might be. The world is full of wonder and light, and I encourage you all to explore it. Thank you.